What up, man? It's your big brother K-Rino. And per request, somebody asked me to do an open topic last night, so I guess I'll go ahead and do it. Got to give the people what they want. So we'll do the open topic tonight, man. I got a little stuff to do, so I hope we not on here a long time. But it all depends on y'all. It depends on, you know, how much energy y'all bring and what y'all wanna where the topics go. If the topics are going pretty good, then we might go in a little longer, but it all depends. So open topic it is. I see y'all trickling in, all my family, familiar faces, all my familiar family faces, man. Y'all like my family, so it's good to see y'all. Savage Mike, what's up, man? Come on, Savage Mike. Need to holler at your boy, man. Come on, man. Here, this is my email, Savage Mike. Shoot me your number. Shoot me your number, man. Y'all hit that thumbs up as y'all come into the room, man. And we'll open the door up for this open topic tonight. I just jugged myself with a pen, man, by accident. It's like, ah. So whatever's on y'all mind, we can go right into it. As is the rule every time we do an open topic. If it's something I'm familiar with and I know about, then we'll talk about it. If it's something I don't, I'll just simply say I don't know, and we'll move on to the next. Jimmy says, do you listen to jazz at all? Not really. I'm not really a big jazz fan. And I know that might surprise a lot of people. Like, man, you only never. I'm just never was really into. I never could. I tried to get into jazz. When you coming up and you go through different genres to see if you mess with them. I went through a reggae phase. I love reggae to this day. Of course, R&B and rap is number one. Rock. I listen to a little rock here and there. I just is as bad as this might sound, coming from a black man, just not into jazz like that. Just don't do it. Just don't do it for me. Y'all click that thumbs up as you come in, man. This is open topic tonight. So for those of y'all who might be new to the channel, every now and then I do an open topic where I open the floor up to where y'all can speak on any subject you want to speak on, or ask me to speak on a particular thing, or ask me a question about whatever, and then we just let it flow. I see the homie DNS is in the building. Yeah. Bailey B says, what's a day in your life like? Depends on the day. I have days where I got a lot going on, where I'm really busy. I'm traveling, doing a show, working on at the studio, or whatever. Then there are days like today where I do absolutely nothing. Some days you don't do anything. So it just depends on what the schedule is like. Sometimes it may be a 2-3 week stretch where I got a lot on my plate. But to be more specific, just throughout the week, I play basketball about 3 or 4 days out of a week, and then music. So pretty boring, but that's what it is. Savage Mike, man, send me your number, man. What's up, Michael Bunton? What's going on? Jesse Paris, Denver, Colorado in the building, man. Cherie says, I caught you in tonight. Hey, how are you? How are you, Cherie? How are you? I'm doing great. I'm doing great. Glad you came through. This is open topic tonight, Sharif. So whatever you got on your mind, feel free. JD Legal says, what do you think about ghost writers in rap? Me being a ghost writer, I've ghost written for a few people, for a few rappers. Um, I don't have an issue with it if this is my thing about ghostwriting. If somebody comes to you or comes to me and says, hey man, I got this concept. I want to make this song about blah, blah, whatever. I know what I want to touch on. I just can't relay the thoughts like I hear them in my head. Can you write the song for me? That's not something I look at as being a bad thing, because I get it. Some people just are not able to formulate it and put it together the way they might want to max it out. They could probably do it, but they believe in your ability a little bit more to convey it better, right? Also, I don't have a problem with rappers who use ghostwriters if you're not claiming to be some incredible lyrical genius rapper, but somebody else writing your bars for you. Now, the first thing I said, I was talking about a particular topic. You know, it's like, man, I really want to talk about this corruption in City Hall, man. But I can't really. Okay, that's cool. But when you talk about lyricism and you claiming to be just the dopest MC and all that, and you got somebody else that wrote that stuff for you, nah. I don't like that. And some people may have a problem with the first way I said it, but to me, it's a difference. It's a big difference. See, because rap being the type of genre it is, where it was built on MCs bragging about their rap skills. Man, you can't brag about no rap skills that came out of somebody else's mind and out somebody else's pen. If I need you to make a song, right? I just had a bad breakup, man, and I don't know how to put the words together to express the pain I'm feeling about losing my girlfriend. Can you put it together for me? Well, what happened? Well, this happened, that happened, that happened. Okay, he gives you a rundown of the details that came out of his mind based on his experience, and then you write it down. That's cool. It's like somebody writing a love song or R&B song for somebody. But when it comes to lyricism and lyrical skill and bragging, and nah, man. And if you do get a ghostwriter for that type of rap, I don't know about that. You better not be in no interview talking about how dope you are. But that's just my view on it. Y'all may look at it a little different. JD Laney, I used to listen to a lot of old school stuff, man. I used to like Nirvana. I go back to like Van Halen, so I guess it was more just some early 80s rock back when MTV and all that first came out, Van Halen and I forgot. But yeah, just a little of that type of stuff. Open topic tonight, man. What do you think about Daylight? I think Daylight is one of the dopest unmentioned rappers that are out. We so messed up. We did the topic last night about that Billboard list that came out. So it kind of makes me think about when you mention a rapper like Daylight, somebody that's that skilled as he is, and you don't really hear about him like that. That bothers me. It bothers me about him. It bothers me about rappers like Cambada, a lot of rappers that are like, I mean, highly skilled. I mean, it's like almost a shame of how skilled these guys are in this mainstream commercial machine. Only pops out the same name, year in and year out, this guy, that guy, and the real dope artists just flying under the radar. That's one of the things that I hate, but that's just me. Savage Mike, you jamming some Sam Cooke right now? That's never a bad idea. Hey man, y'all hit that like button, man. Y'all hit that like button, brother. Cherie says, how was your show is it Elgin or Elgin? Do you think it got promoted? Well, we didn't do a show in Elgin, whatever it is. We was supposed to do a meet and greet, but no, we didn't get a lot of action. We didn't get a lot of people to come out. Wasn't many people there at all. I left early. But I just want to know how you say the name of the town. I'll say Elgin, like Elgin Baylor. I say Elgin. I know a lot of people say Elgin. But no, I mean, promoted well enough. Did it get promoted? I just think that a town like that is kind of an in-between like town because it's close to Austin. So it may have been a better idea to just do it in Austin instead of just doing it in an in-between town like that. There may be 20, 30 minutes outside of a main city where it would kind of be more of an inconvenience for people to drive outside of the city to come. Maybe we should have just did it in Austin, to do it like that. But where you from, Cherie? Where you from? You from Elgin? You from that area? Whoa. The real Hungry Joe. I appreciate the love, man, as usual. Hotep. Oh, I got to catch up, y'all. This is open topic tonight, man. Whatever y'all got on your mind, drop me a line. Somebody told you I had $8 million being independent. Who told you that? They hid it. They hiding it from me. How hot is Houston? Oh my gosh. Man, you know them old Johnny Carson jokes? Say, man, it's hot outside. Then the crowd goes, how hot is it? Man, it's hot, bro. We always get real hot summers in Houston, right? But this summer, I think is going to be special because we already had about 5 or 10 days in June that hit over 100 in June. And we'll cross 100, but it ain't always like this early on. We don't start hitting 100 till maybe July, August. We had about 5 or 10 days last month that was 101, 100. So it's pretty hot out here. Then when you factor in the humidity, and then they get to speaking about heat index and all that. Well, it's 100, but it feels like 106. All that stuff, man. It's hot, bro. It's dangerously hot. That's how hot it is, man. I mean, it's like, it ain't just like, ooh, man, it's hot. You better be careful how you move hot. Straight up. I try not to even get out in it unless I really got to get out in it. I don't just be randomly riding around, and I've been living here all my life. Can you dig it? How important is cadence in hip hop? It's very important because um, you can have a dope cadence. People do it all the time, and you're not even really saying nothing dope. It's just that style, that rhythm. It's attractive. The rhythm is a part of the writing process, you know. So your words may not be all that great, but the way you saying it, like they say, the way you riding the beat, the style you use, it just sounds so dope. People don't even care what you're saying. That's just like if you don't have a dope cadence or dope flow, but you saying some dope lyrics. I've heard a lot of rappers who um, they dropping some killer bars, man, killer punchlines, but the flow is so raggedy. They just running it all against like people have told me I don't have a good flow. I've seen a few little things where people say my flow is not all that great. Hey man, I appreciate y'all, man. Thank you. About Jimmy say he loving the podcast. Well, I'm glad somebody is. Cause y'all do not be watching my podcast. I just put it in the box. I'm putting it in there early tonight. Underground Dialogue Podcast. Go watch it. We just interviewed Michael 5,000 Watts. If y'all don't know who that is, most likely you may live outside of Texas or whatever, but go do some research. Y'all heard of Swisher House Records. Y'all heard of Slim Thug. Y'all heard of Chameleon and Paul Wall and Mike Jones. Y'all heard all these different people. That's all Swisher House Records. And Michael 5,000 Watts is one of the founders of Swisher House Records. Is that third CHTM? What's up with the lack of Texas hip hop appreciation at the BET Award stage? Some bull, in my opinion. Well, I think that you got a 50-year celebration of hip hop, right? And that's going on all throughout 2023. There are only a handful of major events that are going to take place that are televised, like Grammys, award shows. That's only going to happen 4, 5, 6 times a year, right? So there's only so much space and so many spots that they can plug in 50 years, that they can squeeze in 50 years of hip hop into those spaces. And even in those spaces, you still don't have much time because you can't dedicate the whole show to hip hop. You got other stuff going. You got singers and actors. There's all kind of stuff going on, especially at the Grammys where it's all different genres. So naturally, there are going to be artists that are going to feel slighted. There are going to be regions that are going to feel slighted. It's just how it is. But to me, that's where I always come back to doing things ourselves and taking that ownership, because we feel like we need those big platforms to validate us. Like if I wasn't on this big platform, then I wasn't validated, or I wasn't great, I wasn't good enough, or I got overlooked. And they may have overlooked certain artists. They may have, So it could be a combination of getting overlooked mixed in with, like what I said earlier, just not enough time and space. It's impossible, because if 1,000, I always said, I've been saying all year they should have already had this in the works. They should have did like a Woodstock like thing. That's what I said. I don't know how much work would have to go into that and how much planning would have to go into that. But I kept saying they should have did like a 50-year hip hop Woodstock like thing where they start from the beginning, where they have all these groups do like a whole weekend type of event where you can get a lot of these different artists, pioneers, old, new, and everything in between, and bring them to this location, man, and just do this festival. And even with that, it's gonna be somebody that you can't put on there. You got too many artists. It's a billion hip hop artists out there. So, but anybody who had any impact and any relevance in terms of building this thing, whether it was building it from the very beginning or whether it was adding to it as it went along and enhancing it, and whether it was establishing a foundation in certain regions. Like if you got Bone Thugs out in Cleveland, it's like there was no hip hop scene on that level before them. You got Nelly in St. Louis. There was no hip hop scene before him in that region. You got the Ghetto Boys right here in Houston. There was no hip hop scene on that level before them. See? So that acknowledgement could come in a festival. I can't believe somebody didn't think to do that. Y'all knew 5 years ago, hey man, we coming up to the 50th anniversary. They could have already had this in the works, and it could have been laid out. They could have picked the city and just had people from all the different eras and the different parts of the region, the nation and the world, because America, not just American rappers, contributed to this, man. There's people, you got dope rappers in the UK and in Germany and all over the place, man. So, I mean, that's how I would do it. And you televise it and let everybody get their look. I don't care if you get up there and do 10 minutes, 3 songs, but what do I know? Deeper Elevation said, I can name a few rappers that think they're dope but have ghostwriting. See, yeah, that's weird to me. Man, you know good and well you ain't right there, and you around here talking about how dope you might be dope at saying it. You may be dope at delivering something that somebody else said, but you didn't write it. Don't act like you wrote it. Come on now, let's be realistic now. Let's be realistic now. SGN Baby Hand says you can literally barbecue on the sidewalk. That's how hot it is. I mean, I believe you, man. It's hot, man. Marty Marr. Yeah, man, you probably met, bro. It's hot. It's dangerously hot. I'm not making it up, bro. It's like you got to, it's be careful hot out there. Straight up. Oh, Cherie, you're in Austin. Now look, Cherie, here's the deal. We're working on putting something together in Austin. Austin is our next target as far as South Park Coalition, the shows we've been doing. We just did Dallas last weekend, but we're targeting Austin like next. So I want you to be there. Can you promise me you're gonna come if we do Austin? I ain't gonna say we'll be in, but we getting ready to try to set up. We just got to get a venue. We get a venue and a date, and it's going down. Asian man, what's going on, man? Blessed to be here. Blessed to have you here. Yes, indeed. Open topic tonight, y'all. Y'all ask any questions that y'all want to ask. Hit the like button as you come in. And go subscribe to my podcast, the Underground Dialogue Podcast. Stackable property. How can I get a verse? Okay, look, stackable properties. This is what I'm going to do. I'm putting my email address in the chat. It should have just popped up. Serious inquiries only now, stackable. A lot of people hit me up about getting a verse, but they not really they're not really serious about it. So feel free to contact your big brother if you really about working. DJ Crystal Clear, would you like to do a song with 3-6 Mafia? I mean, I got nothing but love for 3-6 Mafia. I met those brothers one time, you know, and they showed a lot of love and respect to us. They came up listening to us. So I would definitely have no problem working with those brothers. I got nothing but respect for them brothers. Nothing but. So YG Muhammad, Dallas Fort Worth, Moss 48. That's right. My brother KS is in the building. El Soul is in the building. Young Stacks Entertainment TV is in the building. SS. We up in this thing, man. Crystal Clear said he can cook a pizza outside in Louisiana. Man, it's so hot. See what's on y'all mind, man. Trying to find some good questions. LW. Oh, LW. Thoughts on NBA free agency? Are the Rockets back to winning now? I'm all right with the moves they made, but I'm not just over the moon. I'm not like, ooh, I can't wait. Ooh, I can't. I'm not feeling like that. I like Fred VanVleet. I like that we got him. It's a good pickup. Good veteran point guard, solid point guard, dependable, all-star caliber point guard. I don't know what they're going to do with Kevin Porter Jr., though. It's like you draft a point guard with the 4th pick, then you go sign an all-star free agent point guard. Now you got Kevin Porter Jr., who was not really a point guard. They converted him to point guard. So what do you do now? Do you move him back to his natural position? But if you do move him back to his natural position, where does he play now? Because you still got Jalen Green, and they signed Dylan Brooks. They signed Dylan the Villain today. So if the projected lineup is to start Dylan Brooks and it's to start VanVleet and Jalen Green at the guards, where does that leave Kevin Porter Jr.? I need to start me up a sports podcast, like a basketball podcast. So I mean, I'm cool with what they did, but I ain't just exploding with happiness. I think it could have been better. I wish they would have got Brook Lopez and VanVleet. I'd have been cool with that. They'll win more. To answer your question, they're not back to winning where they contending for a championship. They may not even make the playoffs, but they'll win. They'll win a few more games this year. Blast Beat Industry says, I'm on the Metro bus in beautiful crime-free. Austin is crime-free? There's no crime at all in Austin, Texas? Y'all don't get no crime in Austin? Really? I don't believe that. Well, Blast Beat, when we come to Austin, this is what I want y'all to do. You and Cherie and anybody else who's in that area, if you want to. No pressure. I just put my email down in the box again. Send me an email and I'll put y'all on the contact list. So when we set the show up in Austin, you know, I'll reach out if y'all can make it cool. Lou Hybrid up in this thing. And see, Bud, like, that's a good point. It's like, that's another idea that they could do for the hip hop. Just set something up where every state is accountable, or every city. You know, there should have been a hip hop 50 right here in Houston, a hip hop 50-year celebration in LA, New York, Chicago. You know, should have just had one in I just bit my tongue like real. It was smooth, y'all didn't catch it, but ooh, it was a good one. But they should have one like in every major hip hop city. I mean, I think hip hop dropped the ball on that, really. It ain't too late to do that and everything. Just set something up, man. Let's stop looking and depending on the so-called big boys to pull us in. Let's just we celebrate ourselves, man. In Texas, we never got the love from the mainstream components of hip hop. We always had to do it ourselves. So why stop now? Lou Hybrid, today is your birthday, man. Happy birthday, Lou. Happy birthday. You say you finally turned 20. Wow. So you are officially no longer a teenager. No longer a teenager. Thank God. I hope you woke up this morning and thank God for letting you see another birth anniversary. And I hope you thanked your mother for bringing you onto this earth. Because we say birthday, she's the one that gave birth. You was just born. So it was actually your born day, your born date. Yeah. Miami, all these different places, Atlanta, just do their own celebrations. And then take the biggest names, take the legendary names from each city, several of it, and bring them together and do a big Woodstock thing. Real simple. Somebody gonna see this live and they're gonna steal my idea. You're welcome. Tyler, respect from Ontario, Canada. Much love, man. I'm buddies with Ben, who you recorded with in the winter. Boy, was it the winter? Okay, what's up, Tyler? Much love, man. I'm coming back though. I'll be back. I'll be back out there. I talked to Ben yesterday. Talked to Ben yesterday or the day before yesterday. We get ready to make it happen, man. 20 years old. Woo wee, boy, you still a baby. AJ Preem out there in Dayton, Ohio. Hemp is out there in Grass Valley, Cali. Grass Valley, Cali. Yeah, yeah. Clayton Johnson up in this thing. Is that 1K TJX? Oh, K-Rino, I'm a 20-year-old getting ready to enter the Army National Guard. Exact. It became a last resort type of thing, and I believe in a lot you say. I was wondering if you could drop me a gem. Get out as fast as you can. If you're going in, you know, you had to do what you had to do, but get out, fulfill your obligation as fast as you can, and pray that this final war that America is going to enter into at some point doesn't pop off while you're still in there. Got to shoot straight with you. Like I say, you did what you felt you had to do as a young man. I'm not gonna knock that. I'm not gonna disrespect that. But you got to understand the times we living in, the government that we're living under, and their greed and evil is going to drag America into another war at some point in the near future. And it's a war that you don't want to be a part of, because as it was in the past, and I'm speaking from the teachings of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, who I believe to be the exalted Christ of the Creator in this day and age, he speaks about that final war. And he talks about how America's going to take a big loss in this war. It's going to be a crippling war. And traditionally, where all these soldiers would go, they always send their soldiers over there, and they go over there and destroy and dominate other nations. And they come back home. They have a few casualties. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad said that the soldiers in this war will leave in hundreds of thousands, but they return in the tens. So they're gonna lose a lot of people over there in Europe, well, overseas. I don't remember what he said. It would be Europe. I'm not gonna misquote, but the United States Armed Forces is no place for anybody. But Dr. Elijah Muhammad talks about the black man and black woman who we want to go over there and try to fight in these wars to try to prove we're loyal to America when America's never been loyal to us. But not the time. So my advice, because you called me Unc, so I'm talking to you like I would tell my actual nephew if we was having this conversation. Get in and get the hell on out. Establish yourself the best you can, but I wouldn't make no career. I wouldn't try to make no career out of it. You can't trust this nation. You can't trust America. K Love is in the building, man. What's up, my brother? How do you feel about Toby? I can't say his last name always. I'm not going to even disrespect. Are you a fan of the up-and-coming artists in Houston? Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And Toby doing some acting now, too. So I'm definitely in support of him and any artist that are from my city that's pushing this thing up to the next level, man. Especially somebody like Toby, who's just so he's just so original, man. Came out and never gave a inkling of trying to sound like or look like or be nobody else, man. So that in itself is commendable. You know what's so crazy, Mark CC? All of see, and this is why I know that what I'm thinking is the right thing. All of these hip hop tributes that you've seen on these award shows and all that, you ain't seen KRS-One on none of them. And he's like the embodiment. He's like the ambassador for hip hop. And I don't know if they haven't invited him or if he just like, I ain't worried about that mainstream stuff. But this is a guy who, if you look up hip hop in the dictionary, you're going to see KRS-One's picture, right? He haven't been on none of these award shows and all that. And to be honest with you, I don't know KRS-One personally, but just through his music and just hearing how he talks and how he raps, the things he raps about, I don't think he cares about being on that stuff. Now, if they were to invite him to come do a piece on the Grammys or on the BET, I'm sure he would take him up on that offer. I'm sure he would, but I don't think he's losing no sleep because, you know, he wasn't on that. But I just know that nobody reps for hip hop on a whole more than KRS-One. And we haven't seen him on any of this stuff. So I'm real curious to know. I would love to see his or know his view or his take on the whole hip hop at 50 thing and some of the events that have taken place and where he stands. I would love to know that. I would love to know where he stands on that. But I just think that when you know that this is what you are, and when you may feel like what's being presented to the people is not the absolute true reflection of what hip hop is at its root, You don't care. That's how I look at it. Like, okay, man, that's just some flash and shine to say we did this. This will get some ratings for us. People will watch it. We'll bring on some of the artists that you know and love. But, who's a better MC, Eminem or Tech Nine? I don't get into that who's a better thing no more, because if you a Tech Nine fan and you love Tech Nine and you just been riding with him his whole catalog, his whole career, nobody's gonna be better than him to you. Same with Eminem. If you've been riding with Eminem, man, you love Eminem his whole career, that's your guy. Nobody's gonna be better than him to you. So again, a song I did called TBE, which stands for the best ever. That's a song y'all should go listen to, because it's you can never win an argument about who is the best when the argument consists of two people with two different opinions. Now, have people been won over throughout history? Yeah, you can win. If you present the right argument, maybe you can win somebody over and say, man, you know what, the more I think about it, I've been listening to that dude you was talking about. He is better than that guy, in my opinion. But for the most part, once somebody is set, they set. It's going to be hard to tell somebody who's 33 years old that Michael Jordan is better than LeBron James. Because this guy came up watching LeBron. LeBron is the best thing spoken. He didn't see Mike. It's going to be hard to tell somebody my age that LeBron is better than Mike, because we've seen both. So it's just, I'm not ducking the question, man. That is my answer, Seven, the Don Boss. Can I hit that note? It's such a beautiful feeling. Yep, you was right. I can hit it. Roger, are you going to do reactions to your song? Yeah, I forgot. Oh, I was supposed to be doing that. Yeah, I need to do that. I forgot. I need a list, though. Hit that like button for me, man. This open topic tonight. Open topic tonight. Jacqueline Smith. I heard that name before. Young Stacks. Yeah, man, it's going to be America's last war. Jalen, I appreciate the love. Oh, man, Jalen, you did it to me too, huh? Illmatic versus that Carter 5. I'm not qualified to speak on what's the Carter? That's Lil Wayne, right? I'm not familiar. I'm sorry. I know Illmatic, that's Nas. That's his first album. That's the classic. Haven't heard that album in a long time. I'm not qualified to answer that question because I don't remember the Carter 5. I don't remember the songs. I may have heard them and go, oh, that was okay, but yeah. Wob says 107. Man, where you at? Where you live in a volcano? Man. LW, don't start no mess up in here. I'm gonna do a sports show. Yeah, see, it's relative. Who you like and who's the best and who's your favorite. That it's simple. It depends on when you came up and what you came up listening to. It's that simple. You're gonna always be more inclined to that which shaped you, that which you was exposed to. Now somebody can come along later and wow, okay, hold on, wait a minute, this guy's different. That's right, HTX. When you think you're outside, you're not outside, you're actually inside of book number 7. I haven't heard the new Killer Mike album. Kevin Robinson says the new Killer Mike album is banging. I don't doubt that one bit. Okay. Cliche Day. Yeah, man. Look, if you're in Houston tomorrow, man, come celebrate with our South Park Coalition sister. She has her own day in the city of Houston, Cliche Day. And she is unquestionably, this is not an opinion that I'm getting ready to state right now. She is the most consistent female rap artist to ever come out of this city, and possibly to ever come out of the state of Texas, and one of the most consistent, period, because she's been doing this thing for 20 plus years. Now, in recent years, she has moved over into community activism, and she has her own day in the city. Now, the thing about Houston is that they give out days like food stamps. Everybody got a day. Remember Oprah, you get a car, you get a car. In Houston, it's you get a day, you get a day. Everybody got their own day in Houston. I know it's probably more people with their own day in Houston than it is actual days in the year. But the reason I'm saying that is because Cliche Ben had her day. She got her day, like her proclamation, long before it was popular for everybody to just be proclamation, everybody getting one. So she's been doing things on her day for years, and she's having an event tomorrow that I believe is going to be very big and very successful. And if y'all in the city of Houston, come out, because the thing about getting your own day is you can have the ego and you can take it on yourself to be like, oh, it's like, look at me, I got my own day, and just brag on that. But your day should be used to do for other people, to make it a community event, simply because a lot of times people receive those proclamations based on the work that they had already been doing. So why not carry it over and make it something bigger? The Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, he turned 90 years old back in May. And what did he do on his birthday? He went out and just gave to others. He went out and did a bunch of charity work and gave, not actually went out physically, but he had a lot of charity work done for the people. He gave away, I forgot exactly what it was, but he did a lot of charity work on his birth anniversary. See, that's the day where people normally think it's about me getting gifts. Give me some gifts. It's my birthday. You know, especially in this day and age, you go online, today's my birthday. My Cash App is blah, 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 blah. You start putting your Cash App on your birthday because you want people to give you stuff for your birthday. But those who understand how much of a blessing it is to see another birthday, see another day, the mindset should be trying to figure out, what can I do on the day that I was blessed to see another birth anniversary to give back? I can't give nothing to God because he don't need nothing from me. It's nothing I can give him. He everything belongs to him anyway. But in honor of him and in gratitude to him for blessing me, let me use that day to go out and bless other people. Well, on whatever level that you're able to do it on, big or small. You might not be able to, I'm going to feed 500 people on my birthday. You might not be able to do that. But maybe you can just, man, I'm gonna go buy a few meals, man, and just ride around, hit a couple of intersections where I see people give away 3 or 4 meals, just the people on the corner, 2 or 3, 1. Just do something for somebody else, even though it's traditionally recognized as a day where people are supposed to do for you. God already blessed you. Go bless somebody else. So yeah, cliche day is tomorrow. I actually have the information. They'll be at 14149 Player Street, like the Players Ball, Player Street, 14149 Player Street. Cliche Day event. It's an all-day event, so just show up sometime afternoon and just be there. Just show up. All right. Appreciate that. Good looking out, JD. Have you ever heard of Pigeon John? Nope. I don't know who Pigeon John is. Who is Pigeon John? Never heard of Crucifix. Cruise FX. What's up, Night Wolf? Jesse Parrish says, what day is Audio Optics dropping this month? It ain't dropping this month. I'm looking at August, though. I'm looking at August. And what Jesse is asking about, y'all, is my new album. My new solo album is called Audio Optics. I'm working on it right now. I'm already recording. So it'll be out hopefully in August. But it ain't going to happen in June. Yeah. Man, y'all asking me about, have you ever heard of Heath McNeese? No. Heath McNeese. Roger says, what producers did you work with on Audio Optics? So far, of course, the homie Supreme Tracks, same producers I've been messing with the last few years. South Beats, Dollar Bill, Martial Arts Productions. Oh, the homie Tragic. You know, I got some stuff from Tragic, man. My homie from Canada. We did the whole album in Canada that's getting ready to drop too. So I'm forgetting about somebody. Oh, Scumbag, my homie Scumbag, Ivan. Scumbag and Martial Arts, they always in the chat, you know. And a couple more that I can't remember, but yo, those are some of the producers. Same producers I've been working with for the last few years. So y'all be looking for that. In the meantime, y'all can still go get my current album, Telekinesis. Y'all go to SouthParkCoalition.net and order the physical copy, or y'all can go on all of the digital platforms and show some love. Open topic tonight, man. Y'all hit the like button. Let's get to 100 likes. We almost there. Let's get to 100 likes. 666 said from OKC to H-Town, nothing but love. Salute to you. Yeah. Game on in the building. See, Marty Moss said, I honor my parents on my birthday, as we should. We wouldn't be here. Do you realize how much has to line up perfectly for you to be born, even to be conceived? Things got to line up. Anything could happen. Your parents could have meant to hook up that night. Daddy could have been on the phone macking the mama like, hey, you'll come through later on. Just come through by 9. Anything could have happened. She could have said, whoa, something came up. I can't make it tonight. Up. You don't get conceived. They could have gotten into an argument. Well, I'll forget you. Well, they don't talk them up. You don't get conceived. He might have been an hour late. But at the exact time that they actually conceived you, that was the perfect time for it to actually come together, right? But an hour later might have knocked it off whack. Man, there's a lot got to happen. Then you got to go through the process. You got millions and millions and millions of other sperm trying to get to the edge, you swimming, and this dude right here next to you, and y'all, and then you get up in there. A lot got to happen, man. It's not easy being born, bro, and conceived and born. A lot got to happen. Y'all think it's a game, man. It's more complicated than y'all think. Carrie, you right. Carrie says conception happens on God's schedule, though. That's a fact. But one thing that's also a fact is that the formula has to line up. And all I was mentioning was the formula. The formula still got to line up. Because none of us are accidents. Now, we might be accidents to our parents because they didn't expect, they weren't planning on you coming along. But you're not an accident to God because he knew it was going to happen before your parents met. Nightwolf says it's too easy, it seems. It might seem like that. Because some people are, some of these females, they might well call y'all fertile myrtle. Some of these guys, it's like, drop one Johnny. Don't take much at all. That's right. Would you ever work with Brother Jay from X Clan or Paris from Oakland? Yeah, absolutely. Two of my favorites. Brother Jay, what you say? I met Brother Jay a couple of times too, man. Cool brother. Joe Callio said no alerts. Still, just felt like he was on. See, man, okay, you got some telepathy going on with your big brother. Can you make a Grand Deception Part 2? I feel like I already have. I got too many songs like that. I just didn't name it Grand Deception Part 2, 3, 4, 5. But I got Lifting the Veil. I got Exposing the Motive. I got all kind of songs like that, man. I got so many songs like that that I don't hardly make them like, I don't make them no more because, not to say it's not something always going on. Baritone Jones from Dallas. Man, where was you at last week, man? Now these Dallas people popping on now that y'all wasn't at the show last week. Was you at the show? Baritone Jones. Baritone. Marty Marr, who are the top 3 producers you would like to work with that you never have? You mean like period, or like in Houston? Like, you mean just period? Because of course, you start with Dr. Dre. And of course, Primo, DJ Premier. When I work with, I have worked with Premier. I guess you can take Premier off the list. Appreciate that 100 like. I can take Premier off the list. I've done some stuff with Premier. Okay. So Dre, man, I can't think of no producers. Name some producers to kind of open my mind up. Appreciate the love, Brian Moore. LW want me to drop an album every month. I did want to try to drop an album every month for a whole year, but I don't want y'all to get tired of me. Y'all might get tired of me if I did that. Like, oh my gosh, this guy's just dropping too much music. I'm coming, y'all. I'm kicking into overdrive. Astral projection. PIS 187. Waiting on a T-Rash album. T-Rash got dropped from his label. He not on his label no more, so. Joe Pinnock from London. Good old London town. Open topic, y'all. Okay, all right, let me see. Scott Storch, Timberland. I can't think of no producers, man. I don't know. I got to work with some people out here. I don't want to wear out my welcome with y'all. It's gonna be okay. Just Blaze. DJ Quick. Maybe Quick. Yeah, I can see myself doing some work with Quick. Always Moments, aromatherapy. Can you speak a quick rhyme for me? Can you speak a quick rhyme for me? Yeah, I could do it, but it won't be free. Old Kanye. Back in the day, Kanye. Yeah, you're right. Manny Fresh. Yup. Jedi Mind Tricks. But definitely Pharrell, Manny Fresh. Danger Mouse is an underrated producer. Yeah, I gotta remember Daz. Daz nice. Daz is nice. What did Apollo Brown produce? Jedi Mind Tricks. Okay. I gotta hit the production. What did my parents do? One of them worked, one of them hustled. Pete Rock. David Banner. Yeah. Good one, nephew. Yeah. I can see myself definitely spitting on some David Banner tracks. Open topic, y'all. Y'all go subscribe to my podcast, the Underground Dialogue Podcast. Y'all go do that right now. And be sure to watch the interviews and the content. We try to get y'all a new episode. Apollo Brown. Yeah, I did some with Apollo Brown. Me and Razcast did a song. Me and Razcast did a song on an Apollo Brown beat. Yeah. He nice. Yeah. He's the real deal. He's the real deal. Apollo Brown, no question about it. Jermaine Dupri, DJ Muggs. That's Muggs. The John, underrated. DJ Sneak. Yeah. Have you ever used a Scarface beat? Now, Face is always saying, man, you need to let me do a whole album for you. Face nice. Face underrated. Andre 3000 produced. I didn't know Andre 3000 produced. I be out the loop, bro. I don't be knowing. I don't be knowing. I would love to work work with Pimp C like that. I was around Pimp C many times, but never did any work like on production and stuff like that. Cassidy making beats now. Okay. Cool, man. There's a lot of dope producers just like it is rappers. Always moments. Aromatherapy says, why are people so hateful sometimes for no reason? Well, sometimes people who are poisoned with hate in their own heart for whatever reason, maybe it was something that was done to them. Maybe their upbringing was an environment of hate, an environment of abuse, an environment of mistreatment. And sometimes when people grow up or come up like that, they take that with them out into the world when it's time for them to go out into the world, rather than saying, I'm not going to be the way the people that treated me were. They'll say, I'm going to be just like that. Because resentment, see, hate breeds resentment. When somebody treats you a certain way, it makes you resentful. Like, and if you didn't properly process it and have the proper outlet to understand why it's like that and to release it, then you release it in the wrong way, usually onto the wrong people. So when people are like that, it goes back to that saying where you say, hurt people hurt people. Like people who have been abused, they end up becoming abusers. People who have been traumatized end up inflicting trauma on others. And people who have been hated end up becoming hateful. Now, in some cases, it's just in the nature of certain people to be hateful for no reason, like you say. I hate you just because you're you. I hate you because you're black. I hate you because you're Asian. I hate you because you're whatever. I just don't like you. Because hate can also be a learned behavior. It can be taught. You can be raised up in a racist household. There's different forms of hate. Hate comes in different forms. So rather than focus your attention on being stressed out about the hate that you may see coming from others, it would be wiser to just make sure that you don't fall into that way of thinking. You don't fall into that way of thinking. And never try to love the hate out of somebody. It's a waste of time. I don't do that. Well, you just keep loving and loving them, and eventually love will conquer. And man, I'm not finna waste no time trying to love the hate out of you. Got time for that. It's your problem. I got stuff to do. I dedicate my energy to the people that love me. But that's just my take on it. That's just my take on it. Man, y'all naming a lot of producers. I like all kind of styles, man. How do you feel when individuals will call cannabis trash as a writer? Who said that? See, when I was talking about the Billboard top 50 groups list last night, one of the things that I said is when you see something that's put out, right? Like a list like that, and then you see the list and the list is like, oh my God, what they don't always focus on the list. Go beyond that and focus on who made the list. So when you see that the person who makes the list is not credible, is not valid, then you don't waste your time being upset about the list. So to your question, if somebody is saying that cannabis is trash as a writer, the first response to that comment is to go, what? But the second one is when you catch on, you say, well, who said that? And if it comes from a weirdo, if it comes from a publication, whoever it comes from, I'm going to look at them and know they have no credibility. I'm going to the source. So anybody with any brains knows the type of writer that cannabis is. So if somebody says that, then they're basically demonstrating some of that hate that we just got through discussing. It's like, come on, man, you reaching now. You're going out of your way to say something ridiculous. That would be like if I'm arguing about LeBron and Michael Jordan, then I say, but I'm a Michael Jordan guy, and I say LeBron is trash. Now, just because I don't think he's better than Jordan, he's not trash. He's still one of the greatest to ever do it. So if I say he's trash, then my argument just lost all credibility because that's not a valid point at all. That's a ridiculous statement to make. So somebody says cannabis is trash as a writer. Yeah, you funny. I'll catch y'all later. I'm like, you don't even waste time arguing with that. I wouldn't even, I would scroll right past that. If I was anybody, if I was cannabis, I'd say, anyway. And look, you don't have to like. See, I don't have to like something to not, just because I may not like something, that still doesn't mean that it's trash. It's just not for me. It's like food. There's a lot of food in this world that's highly nutritious. It's very good for the body, but I might not like it because I don't like the way it tastes. You see? That doesn't mean it's not good for you, or that doesn't mean somebody else might not love the taste. They may love the taste. It's just not for me. So you have producers. You got a producer whose music has probably sold millions of records over the years, right?